Well, first of all, we thank Nick. He came up last week, and we did 2 appearances for Hannaford on Saturday. I know we saw some great fans in Lewiston and in Westbrook, but I want to ask you, first of all, were you a little bit overwhelmed at how much support we got those 2 days?
Yeah, definitely. It was a truly incredible experience, getting to go to these local grocery stores and interact and talk with some of these fans that, I don't really get to do while I'm on a baseball field. So just talking to them and seeing the level of support and the level of pride that they take in the Sea Dogs and Red Sox Nation and everything, it was truly special to me.
Yeah, and Nick and I certainly learned Sunday that people speed grocery shop before Patriots game, and they're, hey guys, how are you? Yeah, we like to see you, but
yeah, we had trouble drawing them in over to our little area because they were just so locked in on getting their stuff, getting in, and getting out of there.
Yeah, we even offered them some of Nick's money. They still didn't. They still didn't take it. Last year, you spent some time here, but you spent enough to impact the community, and you were named our Citizen of the Year, which is voted on by the fans. So,
thank you. Yeah, that's for me. That was a very humbling and award. I think of all the things I've ever earned in my baseball career, that's one of the things that I'm most proud of. And it makes it so easy to want to give back to this community in general because of the amount of support and the amount of passion that we feel from the fans and season ticket holders. And it's just such a great environment that's created, and it's a no-brainer to try and give back and try and use the platform that the Sea Dogs have provided us players with to try and impact the community in a positive way and try and be a good role model in, kids or adults' lives and just help out however we can. So for me, baseball is, it's what I do and it's my job, but off the field, I think, are the things that mean more to me. And so I really take great pride and, like I said, just want to be as good of a role model as I can.
Yeah, and you took a lot of pictures over the weekend, and a 16-month-old baby. You were taking pictures with the baby, and he's going to be a good mayor someday.
Right,
that's where it starts. So. And this lady wanted you to,
I didn't kiss it though. I just held it. So I got to get that part down.
And it was an Italian baby. It was fun. That was good. You were great.
We had a good time. Oh, you forgot the best part. Oh, not the best part, but was one of the best parts.
We got free food, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
I highly recommend the Stir Fry Station.
Yeah.
So, go check it out.
What's the off-season routine like? I know right away when the season ends, there has to be a time where you decompress a little bit.
Yes, definitely. Season's long. There's no doubt it's a grind. We play 140 games in, I don't know, like 150 days, 160 days. So when we get back, that first month is just all about relaxing and recharging your batteries, getting to go home, and I get to see all my loved ones, see my mom, my dad, my sister, all my friends that I missed for so long, and do the hobbies or whatever. Get your mind off of the game because it consumes you so much in the season. And then I think October is kind of the unofficial start when we start doing baseball stuff, like from a strength and conditioning standpoint. And then, as the off-season progresses, once we get into November, it's a little different for everybody, but for me personally, once we get into November, start doing some hitting, and then December, start doing some fielding, throwing, so that once the holidays are done in January, we can start to get, start ramping up the intensity and getting ready to report to spring training in, February, and then we're rolling from there.
Yeah, and you're pretty locked in right now. You've been hitting while you've been here in Portland. You've been working out, so no break even though you're up here.
Exactly. Our hitting coach is in the area, so I don't know if he's here right now, but Coach Lee May and I have been getting some work in and up at the cages in Hadlock, and it's been great. It's been a great trip.
I wanted to stick with the World Series theme, and you were telling me over the weekend that you had a chance to go to the games in Los Angeles.
Right, well, one game.
One game, yeah.
I went to one Red Sox game this entire year, and it happened to be when they won the World Series. So that was a pretty cool experience for me. Yeah. I'm from Los Angeles, so me and fellow infielder Chad De La Guerra, fellow Sea Dogs infielder, he's from LA too. So we got tickets through friends in the organization, and we got there early, made sure to say hi to all the guys that we knew, and then our tickets were like way up in the nosebleeds, but that was okay. We were there, and we were screaming our heads off when Pierce hit that 2-run homer, and then JD and Mookie and Price was dominating, and then when Sale struck out Machado, we were just going crazy. And
and there were a lot of Red Sox fans there, you could tell.
Ton of Red Sox fans, and it made me even more happier because all my friends back home are Dodgers fans. So I had a little extra cheering a little harder for that.
I was always wondering this as a player. I mean, where you play, you watch the game from a certain perspective. So what's it like when you go to a game as a fan and you see it from a different view? In baseball, you could sit, some of us sit in the same spot and only see it from one perspective.
Right. It was definitely a little strange, not gonna lie, watching and not actually playing. That game in particular, though, it was kind of bittersweet because it was awesome watching the Red Sox, win the World Series, obviously, but it made me, a little even hungrier and a little more motivated to make sure next time something like that happens, I'm a part of it on the field and in the dugout and not watch it from afar. So
I can imagine it's surreal, yeah. I know last year you spent time with the Sea Dogs and in Salem, and I know for Portland the wins and losses weren't where they wanted it, but it breaks the stereotype that you can still have a good group of guys in a good clubhouse even if you're not in first place.
Right, yeah. Obviously, winning is the number one priority at every level in the Red Sox, but sometimes in the minor leagues, there are circumstances, players get injured or traded or, called up and down. A lot of motion going on, so we weren't able to have the best win and loss record, but, we're in there day in and day out trying to get better and try and fully develop to become the best players we can to hopefully one day make it up to Boston and impact the team up there. But as far as like a camaraderie standpoint and just how the guys meshed in the clubhouse, like it was a great group of guys. We definitely became close right out of spring training. Because when you're out there during the season, that's like your family. Yeah. The players and the coaches and the support staff and the front office people for the Sea Dogs, that's your home away from home. And so they kind of help you go through, experience the joys and all the good times together, but that if it's not going right or you're having a bad, stretch, that you got 25 brothers in the clubhouse and you guys are all going to pull in the right direction and try and, fix things. So, and then there's guys who help keep the environment light in the clubhouse because, you need some good vibes in there when things aren't going well. So it's good. It was a good group.
And I know that Fortnite is here to stay. I've never seen so many guys play Fortnite. That's apparently going to be here for a while.
Yes, there's no doubt. We have a couple guys who love playing Fortnite, and as soon as the game is over, like they'd shower, rush home, and then hop on the sticks together and start playing. Like it's kind of making its way through the baseball world, I guess, as well with the little kids. Yeah,
I know a lot of the big league guys are tweeting about doing it as well, and talking about your dad being a big league manager, and Tate Matheny, his dad was a manager parts of last year, and you guys had fun with that. It seems a lot of media wanted to talk to you about that, but I thought you guys had fun with it with some of the media last year.
Yeah, because there was that one incident where our dad's two teams got into a benches clearing brawl with each other, so that definitely made it interesting. But yeah, Tate's someone that I can relate to on a level that not many people would understand, with our dads being in baseball and growing up in and out of clubhouses and stuff like that. So he's become a very close friend of mine, and like I said, we just kind of get each other in ways that certain people can't. So
I know you went to school at Holy Cross. I mean, the Red Sox won in 13, and so you got a good taste of Massachusetts, being from California. Going to that school. Just talk about, and we talked a little bit about it over this weekend, how special that school means to you.
Yeah, definitely. I went all the way across the country to go to College of the Holy Cross, and I had a great 4 years there and played 4 years baseball and got a great education and everything. And yeah, that was kind of my introduction to this area, I guess. And ever since then, I haven't really left. I've continued to keep playing baseball here and stuff. So.
Yeah, you have I know the Sanford Mainers they're big fans of you because you played there and you played in the Cape, so
yeah,
it's kind of neat.
Exactly. I played for the Sanford Mainers in 2014, and that's where I met my host family that actually hosted me this year as well, and they're here right now, so I'd like to say hi to Jason, Austin, Emma, and Aaron. They're over there. Yeah, we've come full circle. I lived with them in 2014, and then once I found out I was going to play here this year, they graciously agreed to host me again, and I lived with them this last year as well, and it's really come full circle, and I'm very fortunate.
But I think the final thing for you, you did something really cool this offseason. You got to go to Spain, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How about that?
I was in Spain. My sister studied abroad there in Madrid, and that was my big trip this year, getting to experience Madrid and the Spanish culture and everything, and kind of just get off the beaten path a little bit and put baseball in the back seat and just enjoy some time with family and traveling and all that. So
awesome, Nick. Thanks for everything, coming in. Great guests. Great job at Hannaford this last weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for having me.